on here. So welcome to our event. We host these occasionally, and I'm Annalisa Hurley. I'm just one of the members on this team. And our goal for tonight is really to provide you with information and some of these common misconceptions about coaching so that you can leave here and make a decision if the coaching community and the potential for generating a secondary income or full-time income or primary income, if this is the right space for you to do that. So Dana, would you mind just muting other people so I have this review on here? Thank you guys as we gear up. Okay, so you are going to hear from lots of people tonight. We're going to keep it short and sweet. All of us could definitely talk about a million things that we want to share with you about this coaching opportunity. But for the sake of time, we're going to try to kind of piggyback off each other and give you what we think is the most important information for you to make that decision moving forward. So some of you might be challengers already. Some of you might be brand new and have no idea what this is about. But basically, at the core of what we do as coaches, it is to commit to our health and fitness journey, to share that through social networking, and to help other people do the same. And that is our main mission, and we all do that in a variety of different ways. But as I mentioned, I'm Annalisa. I started coaching 7 years ago. I could tell you all about my story, but I'm going to keep it to, I started before my wedding to lose weight, to feel confident on my wedding day, to fit my dress. And from that moment, it really has kind of like taken me through all the seasons of life so far. Including pregnancy and postpartum and all of that. But I really want to share with you tonight is how this opportunity has given me a backup system in a really kind of tumultuous time, right? Some people have lost their careers. I started in the school system at the end of February. And as many of you might know, by mid-March, we were closed down. So I'm a speech and language pathologist. I started in the school system, transitioned from the medical world, and from there, because I started so late in the season, I couldn't get what's called stretch pay over the summer. But I didn't have to worry because I have Beachbody. I have a secondary full-time income through Beachbody that has allowed me not to stress during this time, not to worry about having to pick up a second job, which would have been nearly impossible during this quarantine period, right? So that's just kind of one example of how this income has been a support system for me and my family and reducing the amount of stress. Having a secondary full-time income has allowed us to do so many different things. It doesn't happen overnight, but when it happens, it is just something that I don't take for granted. So my key component about this business in this time is the reliability of having something I can pour into that people always need health and fitness. Fortunately, my husband's in the liquor industry. Apparently in pandemics, people need health and fitness, and they need home health and fitness, and they need alcohol, right? So those are a couple of different things that we can count on, and Beachbody continues to support the entire community in what we need when we need it, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So I probably went too long because I told you I could blab forever, but I'm going to pass it on.
I will chime in. Hi, I am Dana. I have been a coach for 6.5 years now. Annalisa is actually my coach. We were good friends from field hockey in high school. And when I started this journey, I was a newly single mom about 6 months out of a very abusive relationship. I chose to leave and raise my son alone. I had a back history of surviving a traumatic boat accident when I was 16. So the 10 years prior to actually having my son, I struggled a lot with anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain, nerve pain, and just it really limited not just my physical health, but my emotional health also. And when I became a single mom, I was really kind of at that rock bottom where I knew I needed to get healthy to be able to not just survive single parenting, but thrive in single parenting. And also with coming out of abuse, I was really kind of at rock bottom in the self-worth and confidence department. So when I dove in, it was the perfect solution, because I couldn't get to a gym. I didn't have the time, I didn't have the tools, and I really, really needed the support and the community because I felt so isolated at that point in my life. And very quickly, Annalisa invited me to a call very much like what you're on tonight, to hear success stories of coaches in the business and how they were using their imperfect stories and their imperfect journeys and making their mess their message to turn their own transformation into an opportunity to help and serve and inspire other people and build a business. And as soon as I learned about that, I went all in. So I have been a full-time coach for 6 years now. This business has blessed our life in so many ways that I honestly could not imagine who I would be or where we would be without this opportunity. The travel opportunities it has extended, the friendships that are absolutely priceless that I've made, but just the skill development and the personal growth aspect of this is so transformative. And I also make an income that is significantly more than what I would have made with my college degree. I think the beautiful thing about this opportunity, no income or success is guaranteed, but you get to make this what you want it to be. So if it's a part-time hobby to keep you accountable to your wellness, or you want to make a part-time income to supplement, or you want to go all in and be full-time and have that time and financial freedom like I did, the sky is the limit. If you've got the dreams and you're coachable and you have that work ethic, then we can teach you the how. So we're happy you're here.
I can pop in. Here's a nice little lull there. Hi guys, I'm Ashley. I am originally from Worcester, Mass, but I now live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. When I started my journey, I was probably like many of you on this call, where I was a challenger, and I, wanted to just get fit myself, feel good about myself, because I actually have had a very traumatic past myself. And prior to coaching, I first was burned by a pressure cooker that exploded on me, with 30% of my body being burned. And then following that, after my marriage a couple years later, I also lost my son Oliver to a congenital heart defect when he was 6 months old. So going through both of those, I suffered from, as you can probably imagine, PTSD, anxiety, depression. And then right as soon as I first started being a challenger with my coach, Dana, I found out that I had gotten pregnant with my rainbow baby, Violet, who is now 5 and amazing and healthy. So let's put that out there. But the thing was being pregnant after losing a child is that your PTSD takes over so hard. And when you talk about postpartum anxiety, postpartum depression, take that average, which is horrible, and turn it on its head, right? So I was at the darkest place of my life when my daughter was born, and Dana became a friend to me. And that's what's so special about this business, is that we aren't here to sell people. We're here to make relationships with people and have more friends and have more community and have more support when we are at our darkest time. Like, we are here to help people pull them out. And Dana helped pull me out of mine. Kicking and screaming sometimes, but she did. And when I first started officially, right before I started coaching, I did our 80-day program, which is probably one of the hardest right now. And I said, okay, well, I'll think about coaching. But right now, I just need to concentrate on my own journey, which is probably like many of you have also said that to your coach. And I completed that program and crushed it, because you guys, when I started that program, I was 315 pounds. To this day, I am down 118 pounds in 2 years of dedication. And why? Is because right after that program with 80-Day Obsession, I then said, yes, I want to help other women like me. I feel amazing. I've never felt like this in my life. And why not? Like, okay, sure. Like, the worst someone's going to say is no. And if it's helped me, I know it can help anybody. So it's also the ultimate accountability. So if you're not at your goal weight, if you are 300 pounds plus, you can still be a coach just because you said yes to your coach. That's all.
I'll share. My name is Elizabeth, and Mary Page is my coach, and she's really awesome. And I was started about 2 months ago in late mid-May, and I was really hesitant to start because I was one of those people, I don't really want to spend the money and do this. I just kind of want to do it on my own. And I've lost weight on my own and really done everything on my own ever since I started a health journey after I got married. And once I said yes, it was really eye-opening because I had never had anybody at all to help me, like to encourage me and tell me, you know, take a look at this. This might be what you're doing wrong. And it really is so helpful. And I ran a group for free helping people in general with encouragement and health and fitness stuff before I started coaching. And when Mary Page saw that, she was like, you're doing this already. And so I just kind of took a leap of faith and said yes. And I have been very successful, and it has just really been a blessing to me because not just physically, but mentally on the inside, I have a whole group of people. I mean, look at all of you here that's just here to support everybody. And I'm sure you could reach out to any of these ladies and they would be happy to help you and answer questions. And it's just like a little family. Like, it's just more than just losing weight. Like, I see a change on my inside that was not there 2 months ago. I have started, professional development and really trying to look at my insides. And every day when I listen to something, I'm like, why have I not been doing this my whole life? Like, I listen to all these, messages and stuff. Dana has shared numerous podcasts that I have listened to, and I'm like, how have I not listened to any of these? And I mean, it's just really not just a physical change, but being able to help people. Also, you always feel better when you give somebody a gift rather than getting one. And when you're a coach, you can give to people, and it just makes you feel so good when you see them succeed. And I think that's really what it's about, is helping people. And I'm a nurse and a teacher, and so helping people is really something that I'm passionate about. And so with coaching, I can do that. And, making money with it is not bad either. So if you're on the fence like I was, then really look at, do you want to help people? And I think that's really what it comes down to. And it's such a great group of people to be around. So encouraging and positive, and it has really, really helped me, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. But on the outside, I have, as of today, lost in 2 months 14 pounds and 17 inches. And I do contribute that not to just to the Beachbody programs and nutrition programs, but being a coach has helped me stay more accountable with myself. Knowing that I have to show up for people too helps me keep myself accountable and helps me reach my goals, because I know that I'm going to be showing up for people, and I know people are going to be looking to me. So I hope that helped somebody.
That's awesome. Yay, well, welcome. We're so excited to have you. I'll pop in now. My name is Kelly Riley, and I have been a coach now for just over 5 years, which is crazy. Never did I think I'd be committed to my own health 5 years later, because I was someone that was a chronic giver-upper on myself. I started coaching basically for the ultimate accountability of myself, because I knew I'm a nurse and a diabetes educator, I'm a mom, I'm a provider, and when I first initially started these programs, it was just to lose weight and to feel better about myself and to honestly not be another statistic. And I preached all day long with my patients about how they had to start some healthier path with nutrition and exercise every single day, knowing the risks that diabetes kind of have in front of you. And the problem was I was never actually doing it. And so I was feeling really uncomfortable in my own skin. I was an exhausted mom, way too young to be that exhausted. I started to notice I was the girl behind the camera, not in the pictures with my family, and I have 2 children. And I started to just really not feel like myself. And I saw someone post pictures, one of my coaches on here, and she looked happy, she looked vibrant, she looked just, energetic. And I decided one night at 10 o'clock at night, as I sent the message and said, let's do this. I either had a lot to gain or I'd be going to be in the same exact position that I had been in for the previous years. So I decided to give it a go and had never truly looked back. And now for me, I think as a nurse, that's my job. I preach all day long trying to help people feel their absolute healthiest. And I think coaching probably initially was something that I wasn't so sure, like, I'm a nurse, like I shouldn't be a coach. Like it was a little like taboo, like why would I do this? But as I really started to see all the changes that my challengers were having and people were experiencing, I was now just working with a different clientele. I was working with people outside of my office, so I was able to connect with more people all over the world, other than the 6 people that showed up each day. And I was able to, especially as someone with diabetes, I was able to help a population of people that truly, many that have come in have given up. They feel as though it's just not something that they can do with having diabetes and lose weight, because there's a lot of other things that come with it. So I've now kind of turned that into, a group at this point. My nursing is now moved out. It's virtual, in addition to what I do in my office, and now have a group of 150 type 1 women that I'm able to help every single day, which is huge. That's more patients I would see in a million months. And because of coaching, it has allowed me to be able to reduce those nursing hours because of the fact that I have built a business that helps provide supplemental income for my family to allow me to be at pickup and drop off for both my children every single day, to be at every single practice and bring them to every single practice, something that was very important to me. And especially during this period of COVID, my hospital closed, my clinic closed, and we moved, guys. We literally purchased a home 2 weeks before COVID started. So it was a big, oh shit moment of like, what are we doing? I'm unemployed and I'm moving. So Beachbody stepped in and was a huge help for us. And so I have to say the financial side has been huge. The travel opportunities have been huge. What it's given to me has been a game changer. Did not look like this before Beachbody came. Complete opposite. And I am just a happier, more positive, and just, I love every single thing it's done for me and the community that has given me. So I welcome you all to consider, because I was the doubter and I'm here now. So if you're like me, there's always chance for change, guys.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Rachel. Everybody calls me Ray. I really resonate with both Kelly and Elizabeth's part of their stories, saying, 1, I am a helper at heart, and 2, I'm also actually a fellow healthcare provider. And my personal journey with Beachbody has been that I started out as a challenger, and my journey for transformation is definitely more internal than the external transformations you've heard about. I personally really struggle with OCD, and it got to a point where it was really consuming me, and it was preventing me from being the wife I wanted to be, preventing me from being the family member I wanted to be and the family I wanted. And in the time of me being a challenger, I have conquered some serious health scares, as well as having a miracle baby. And I really do attribute it to not just me being a challenger, but I have been this background coach, if you will, amongst these amazing women speaking tonight for a very long time. And it's the coaching skills of this opportunity that really have transformed me completely. Elizabeth, speak to the personal development that we do. It's, it seems like such a surface thing to read a self-help book and something that I rolled my eyes at for a very long time, especially as an engineer and scientist that I am. And it's completely changed my life to take on this skill, being a part of my everyday necessity to live, and to have this community around me supporting me to realize that my nutrition is what feeds my every trillion cells of my body, the hormonal ones, the muscular ones, the bone ones, all the trillions of cells in my body. And the nutrition has really completely revamped my life. And so as I've been a background coach for all this time, and now in a position where my forefront career and in healthcare has been put on furlough, and I do have this miracle baby now because my life has been transformed, I now have an opportunity to continue helping people, Elizabeth, and serving people, which fulfills me as a human to my core. And I also have the opportunity to continue working on myself with a community of people that are constantly lifting me up, which I know you've already heard a few times, but I really just need to pack the punch behind that, because that's the cream of the crop, if you will, in this complete opportunity. So yeah, that's my story. Look forward to hearing some more.
I'll hop on. Hi, everybody. My name is... Oh, wait, can everybody see me? Wait. Yes, okay. All right, sorry about that. All right, my name is Maggie, and I'm also a type 1 diabetic. I know I have a couple other type 1s on here listening. Kelly is my coach, obviously. We started the type 1 Dream Team, but not only that, you know, Kelly mentioned we have 150 type 1s in our group, but Kelly failed to mention that in her other group, her non-type 1 group, there's like 260 something, maybe. I'm close to that. So the opportunity, there's so many opportunities here, guys. The opportunity to help people, the opportunity to help yourself first and foremost. If you are not doing what you are asking other people to do, nobody's going to listen to you. And that's just human nature. So the first thing you need to do as a coach is take care of you. And that's why this is the absolute ultimate accountability for your own health and fitness. This is like, this opportunity is such a win-win. Like, worst case scenario, you're going to take care of yourself, right? You're going to get awesome nutrition. You're going to meet incredible people. You're going to have an incredible support team behind you. You're going to be able to do everything from the comfort of your own home, especially with everything going on right now. Not just working out, but business-wise. That is such a huge opportunity right now to be able to help yourself and help other people. And even if you help one person, I mean, let's talk finances, because the money that you pay to become a coach and to do Beachbody, $160 for everything that you get for that. I don't know if any of you guys have ever like done like personal training elsewhere, or done one of these places where you can just like take classes. Go shop around. Like I tell people, shop around. You are not going to be able to find not only everything that we have to offer you as far as like a challenger, but also as a business to be able to help other people. And not only that, to make money doing it. It's awesome. It's just awesome. And I'll just leave it at that.
I'll say hi really quickly. Sorry guys. That was awesome, Maggie. So I'll try to be quick here. I'm Laura. I've been coaching, I guess, for a little over 5 years now. I guess what I wanted how does it work specifically? I wanted to share, I was a challenger initially for about a month before I was like, heck yeah, I want to do this. I mean, I knew really quickly I'd been in a different MLM, and I started this and just knew it was my deal. I loved it. I loved the people. I've made all of these amazing friends on here. And then in the midst of all of that, my marriage kind of fell apart, and I got divorced about a year ago now. And I guess one of the things I wanted to share is I worked my butt off the first 3 years that I was a coach, and I built a team, and I have coaches that are running businesses and just having great teams. And despite the thing that's kind of nice about this business is if you do work hard, you can take a step back, and then it's not all gone when you come back. So my team, a lot of them are still here, and I have new people coming on. And the other thing I guess I wanted to mention as a single mom, and I'm a full-time ER nurse, is that I was able to purchase this beautiful home that I live in, and half of that was due to Beachbody. So, I make a nurse's salary, which is fine, but the supplemental income that I make with Beachbody is really what afforded me the ability to buy my home on my own as a single mom. So I think, like Dana said, your opportunities are endless with this business. You can work your butt off, and you can have an amazing team and grow and make a great income, or you can work a little bit and have extra accountability and have a small team. We love all of you guys and whatever you're looking to do. But just kind of that the opportunities are there. And regardless of me not working it as heavily, when I was going through my divorce, I was still making income. There's still residual income. And that would be stuff we would get into when you're learning more about coaching and the details of that, but just to know that it's there. So I hope you all are loving this and that you get to meet us in person someday. So that's it. Bye.
Hi guys, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself real quick. I'm Katie, and I got involved with Beachbody as a challenger, which I'm sure you guys are kind of seeing a theme to our little family here and how you kind of get started. I'm a full-time chiropractor, and so for me, the coaching didn't come to me as like I needed a full-time income or something like that, because I work full-time. I was a doctor, and I didn't necessarily think that I needed that. But once I started the program, I was immediately transformed. Originally, I just wanted the Shakeology really because I was in an office from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. I was eating leftover bagels for lunch and breakfast most days. And I thought to myself, usually as a doctor, like I know what healthy is. I know what I should be doing. So, I didn't necessarily think I needed the help. And I was blown away in the first 21 days of the simplicity of the nutrition plan, the simplicity of the exercises. And by just doing the 30 minutes a day of the workout and following the nutrition plan, the amazing energy that I got from that, when I tell you I was exhausted, on weekends, I would sleep in until 11, and it wasn't ever enough. There was never catching up of sleep. There was I was just wasting my life sleeping the day away. And insert the 21-day challenge, and people were literally asking me if I was on crack. Like, what are you taking? What are you doing that your energy is so through the roof? And so kind of like some of these other health professionals here too, this was a way for me to help people. Like I'm a people helper, and I make people feel better. And this was a way to just expand that to the masses that were not coming into my office. I can reach out to people through the internet. You can reach out to people wherever you are, meeting them in the store. You can do it in person, you can do it online. And that was just a way for me to further expand in helping people in another way and making an income
while you're doing it, because if you're doing it anyways, you might as well make money doing it. So that's kind of how I segued into, well, it just made sense when I was using the products, I might as well help other people by using the products that work. So that's my story. Hope you guys enjoy. And next.
All right, I'll pop in a little because I think I'm similar to Katie in a lot of ways with what she said. So hi guys, I am Stephanie and I've been coaching for about 6 years now. And well, 6 years, 5 years now. Sorry, Dana's 6, I'm 5. Okay. But really quick, just to kind of backtrack, I started on my own. I reached out to Dana after trying it for about a month and I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's go. She put me in one of her groups. I was reaching success and here I am in the background cheering everybody else on and just doing what I do all the time. I am a supporter person. I am a giver and that's what I do. I'm a school psychologist. I am always about helping other people, making other people understand their emotions and where they're coming from. So like so many other people on this call, we're helpers. And I think that's just the big part of this is that people are drawn to this because they want to help others. But one of the things that you may hear from a lot of people is that they may have had a back against the wall situation that they were looking for an out, or they may have needed an additional stream of income to do a vacation home or to cut their hours at work or some other reason. And I was never in that position. And I went into this, I was a new mom. My son was 15 months old. I needed to lose the baby weight. I wanted to feel better. He was a preemie, a very early preemie. So I had a lot of postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, stress, overwhelming. I was working full time. I was teaching 2 classes at a local college. Income wasn't the driving force for me. All the driving force for me was to do something for me to make me feel good. So while I'm sitting in the group cheering everybody on, Dana says, why don't you look at coaching? My real reason for doing it at that time, it was a challenge. What the hell do I have to lose? Why not? It doesn't hurt. What's a couple extra bucks here or there? That's what brought me in. 5 years later, though, what keeps me here is the line of women and the occasional guy, but the line of women that have come through my doors, for lack of a better word, that I have been able to help and guide, whether they're strangers that I've met online, whether they're sorority sisters from college, whether they're old high school friends, childhood friends, knowing that I had even the smallest impact and them being able to feel good about themselves again makes me happy because I know what it's like to feel miserable in your own skin and just feeling uncomfortable, that I don't want other people to feel that way. So you know what? If it's 1 or 2 people that I help here or there a month, it's 1 or 2 people. If it's 20 people, great. I do it because I enjoy it. I don't have a driving force like some other people might. So if you're sitting here going, well, you know what? I don't really want to bust my ass for a couple extra bucks here or there, or I don't want to really do this. You don't have to. You make this what you want it to be, and you could build it as big as you want to build your full-time income, or you could keep it as I love the community. I love the accountability for myself. I love helping other people, and hey, the extra cash here or there, it's nice. So like I said, I may bring a little different perspective in, but it's worth it, guys. It really is. I think I answered everything I wanted to. Okay.
Did we have any other coaches that wanted to chime in? I know we have a couple more on. I want to make sure we don't miss anybody.
I'll go. I've had a night, y'all. I have my baby here. She just had a bath, so she's naked. Baby, go sit in there with Daddy, please. Just for a second. Please. Y'all. If y'all hear crying, sorry. So, okay, sit right here on the floor. All right. So, my story, I feel like, is very similar to, I think, Elizabeth. That's from North Carolina. We both have the country accent and everything. So, I started in April. And I'm kind of like her, like I had already lost a little bit of weight on my own, and I didn't really, I didn't feel like I needed any any help, but I was like, you know what? All the gyms are closed now. Okay, babe, watch out. I was like, all the gyms are closed down. So let me, y'all, I'm struggling. Clay, please help. Mom life, right? Okay, you gotta sit though. You gotta sit right here. Bella. I'm sorry, y'all. So, anyways, I signed up and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna coach. I don't want to coach. And then like literally after 2 days, I was like, okay, I need to coach because I already have people asking me questions. And I told Kelly, I was like, the thing about it is I will have something to fall back on. I have people in my inbox all the time. Anyways, what are you doing to lose weight? What are you doing? So I had something to fall back on. So honestly, it's like the community too. Like I love the accountability. Like not only am I having to show up for myself, but I'm having to show up for other people too, because it's like you can't be a coach if you're not going to do it yourself. So I decided to coach, and honestly, like I've been all in. Like I really feel like I have worked my butt off. I'm probably not the greatest, but I feel like I have really put in the work. And I've really got a lot of like wonderful. I literally just signed up somebody like as I was in the middle of this Zoom. Like, so sit down, baby. You need clothes on. So I feel like it's the community and the accountability that has really like got me into coaching. And like I love helping people. Like I was telling my sister-in-law yesterday, like I love being able to help people. Like I feel like this is my calling. So that's really great, y'all. I'm sorry. I need an office. But I did want to talk about too the financial part of it. So I technically have 3 jobs at this very moment. I'm technically a Beachbody coach, I have a full-time job, and I have a part-time job at our local gym, the YMCA. So even after the first month of doing this, I was like, okay, go baby. So even after like the first month of doing this, I was like, Clayton, I could probably quit my second job. Like I'm already bringing in more money than what I make there. Like I get very little hours there anyways. Oh, baby number 2. And so I was like, I could probably go ahead and quit my second job, y'all. Like because the money it's been great. Like it's not a bunch, but for sure, like it's a big help. And so I've been doing like a lot of personal development. I went and bought a book, and I never read. Like I need to, but I never read. So I've been reading The Compound Effect, and I've gotten so much from it, like taking notes. There's sticky notes everywhere. But like it's just really helped me kind of like on the inside too, like figure out things that I would have never thought about before and do things that I would have never done before. Like why haven't I done this before? So financially it's wonderful. And I really encourage like stay-at-home moms. Like y'all just don't understand. Y'all pay this $160 the one time, and then like y'all can bring in money from this. Like work on yourself and make money at the same time. Like it's a no-brainer. Just I'm telling you, it's the best thing you could do. And so the financial part of it is wonderful. And then just being able to reach out to people and connect with people. I'm talking to people I haven't talked to in years. And it's not even like fake, like, hey, I want you to buy this for me. It's just literally talking to them like, hey, it's been a while. Like, how are y'all? I have had a full-on conversation for about 2 weeks with somebody. Beachbody has not come up one time. Like, it's just a genuine conversation. And I know eventually she will ask me, okay, what are you doing? Like, what are you? And I want that to happen. Not that I'm not trying to reach out and, you know, connect with people and follow up, whatever. But like, also I know that I have to make, like, I need to be a professional friend maker, which is what, what's her name? Marissa? No, I can't remember. I listened to her podcast. Anyway, she said she's a professional friend maker. And I feel like that's like what we're here to do. And I love it. Like that's the best part about this. So y'all, I have to get my children to bed. So that's a little bit about my story. Sorry this was so hectic. Nice to meet everybody.
Oh, that was awesome. That's mom life. Our whole team is full of moms, by the way. If you ever wonder, it's always some kind of crazy mom thing going on. So there's no stress if you are a mom and you are worried about that. I want to chime in really quickly in case you are wondering how we actually earn income, because as you've heard tonight, This is so much about the opportunity to really transform your own life physically, mentally, emotionally, have that ultimate accountability to stick with this long term. I always say that as coaches, one of the reasons why people are always like, how are you so consistent? Like, you've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. And a lot of us were never consistent people prior to doing this. And we all attribute that to really being one, involved in this community where there's always something to be a part of and always something new to be doing and always something to be connected to. But that second level of accountability of actually showing up and helping others and leading by example. But the community is what keeps us here long term, and also the personal growth aspect. So when you're constantly working on yourself and your mindset and your thoughts and your attitudes, that changes every aspect of your life, and especially how you show up for yourself. So obviously those are all huge perks of this opportunity, but in case you are curious how we actually earn income, I'm going to break it down super simply and super quickly for you, and then we're going to open the floor if people have questions or misconceptions or things that you're worried about. You have the opportunity to have a lot of our coaches here tonight from all different walks of life to ask those questions too. So
Dana, as you do this, can you, I know Joanna asked, like, how does it really work in terms of like our business model? When you talk about commission, can you just kind of highlight like commissions for these packs? Like, what does that mean? What are we doing? Just to help that answer that question at the same time.
Yep. So the first way, when you first start coaching, the way that you are earning income is by making 25% commissions. So for example, whether maybe you have gotten started on your journey, maybe you have not, but let's just say, for example, right now, because we have our brand new program, Muscle Burns Fat, that is launched, we have a kickoff group going for it. The Muscle Burns Fat basic pack right now is $160, and I'm just going to do the breakdown for you. So typically, Beachbody On Demand for the year is $99. Shakeology is $129. The MBF accessories, I think, are $69. And then right now, also included in that pack, you are getting both of our custom structured nutrition plans. So 2B Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix, which are typically $119 a piece. So you're getting all of that bundled together for $160, right? So when you help someone get started, let's just say, for an example, you are a new coach, you are doing Muscle Burns Fat, people are watching your journey, they're seeing you show up every day, they're seeing you excited about this group that you're taking part in, you start to share that on social media, people see your results, and they're like, what is it you're doing? I want the results that you're having. Like, I see your energy and you look really excited and you look more confident. Like, what are you doing? When someone joins you with a pack like that, you're going to make the 25% commission off that. That is the first way we earn income. Does that answer the question? Kind of, I'm hoping. Let me know if it doesn't. You can put it in the chat and I'll further clarify. The second way we earn income, and this is partially like why I think our business structure is so cool, is that like we all mentioned tonight, you truly have to love helping people to be successful in this business. Because as you grow and as you start to help more customers and you have coaches join your team that also want to be coaches alongside you, we start to grow what is called residual income with team cycle bonuses, right? So that is the income that you are earning at specific ranks and above, no matter what you've done commission-wise that week. And then as you grow and as your team starts to become more successful and you help more people together, like this business is driven by impact. And I like to think about it like this: is me as one person, I could maybe help 5 to 10 people in a month, right? But when you combine all of us as a team that are out there on the front lines and we're on our own journeys and we're sharing that every day and we're encouraging other people to join us, we help close to 100 people every single month all together, right? There's a big impact that's to be made like that. And Beachbody rewards us for the success of our team. So we are given a matching bonus. It is not taken from anyone's income. It is given to us by the company as a reward for our team's success. And then there are certain ranks that you get to within the company simple breakdown, but when you get to certain ranks, meaning you've helped a certain amount of people, and then you help your coaches learn to do the same thing, and you grow and rank in the company, we have the ability to earn quarterly bonuses. So these can be pretty significant amounts of income that are made only quarterly, as long as you are holding that given rank. And these are things that are all totally possible if you are someone that is coachable and consistent, and you're really committed to your own journey and that growth and pouring into helping other people do the same. And that's not to mention the opportunities that we have to travel every single year. The biggest one that we like to share about, well, two actually, our coach summit, it would have been last week. We were supposed to be in New Orleans. Next year, we are going to St. Louis. And just so you know, as a brand new coach, you have an opportunity to earn a free ticket to come to Summit by helping 3 people for the first 3 months, in the first 3 to 6 months of your business. So by helping 9 people get started on their journey, you can earn a free ticket to come to Summit. And at that event, there's 25 to 30,000 of us coaches. We get to hear from top coaches in the company. We get to work out with all the super trainers. We get to hug all the people on our team that live all over the country that we work together with online every day, and hear from incredible speakers like Rachel Hollis and Gary Vee, and people that just light up your soul on fire. And the energy of being at Summit is like nothing I promise you will have ever experienced. It will totally change your life. But we also have the opportunity to earn what is called a Success Club trip every single year. I have earned them every single year since I became a coach. And walking into this business as a broken single mom, travel was not in the cards. It was not something that I had planned for our life. But we've been able to go to Riviera Maya, to Mexico, to the Dominican Republic. We've been on cruises to the Bahamas. And these trips can be completely earned if you are consistently helping people every single month. That is how those trips are earned. It is not a fake thing that only the top people in the company can earn things like this. It's not something that's a scam just to like draw you in. Like, this is a legitimate opportunity to earn travel to incredible destinations where you can bring your spouse, or you can bring your children, or you can go by yourself if you so choose to, because you need to get away. But it's just such a blessing that, like, I think it's kind of cool in this business. Like, there are so many surprises of things that, like, as you get in the door and you start to learn more, and you're like, God, this just gets better and better and better. And so I just wanted to take a moment to encourage all of you, whether it is like after you get off this call tonight or tomorrow, when you're sitting there and you have a couple quiet minutes, to really think about what is something like that you would like to see for your life in the next year, like a health goal, an emotional wellness goal, a goal to better something for your family, a goal to be able to travel with your family more, a goal to be able to pay off debt and feel more free. Like, there are so many different reasons that people say yes to the coaching opportunity. And I think one of the most beautiful parts of this is that it helps you to actually dream bigger for your life, but not just dream, but have the ability to have the vehicle and the opportunity and the community and the mentorship to actually start to turn those dreams into real things in your life. So I want to encourage you to dream, but we're going to open the floor right now. So if you guys, if you feel comfortable, you can unmute. If you don't want to unmute, that's fine. You can pop it in the chat, but we would love to hear from you guys. If we were to say, like, hop in our team page, we're ready to have you join us, like, what comes up for you? Is there a fear? Is there a misconception? Do you have a worry that you can't manage time, or I work full time and how do I do this? But we love to help work through those, because we all had our fears too. Like, I don't have any business experience. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't ever post on social media. I'm terrified to share anything personal. I'm afraid of judgment. We've all had those fears, many or all of them. And I kind of think that growing through those things is another reason why it's so awesome, because when you push through that discomfort and you see what you're capable of on the other side, it changes everything in your life. So would love to hear if you have questions or fears, or anything that you would like to ask us about coaching. Anything is welcome.
Can I ask, because it's still before dinner here, I'm going to have to go and cook for my family very soon. So my question is about getting the customers, because I'm just worried, you know, I started blogging like a year ago, and even just getting people to my blog is like, how do you get people to, you know, how do you get the word out? Even with social following, you know, I have about 1,500 or so on Instagram, and but how do you actually really get people to pitch them the products and coaching? And because I understand it would be pretty easy and fun to learn it all and you know, get into the community, but how do you actually translate it into, you know, the next step, monetizing?
Yeah, Joanna, I can kind of share on this a little bit, because like when I started personally, I was, like I said, I was 315 pounds. Like, who would want to listen to me? Who would want to watch my journey and be like, hey, I can help you get healthy too? And you know, it may come off like you don't want to sound salesy, right? But you were never going to sound salesy. Here's why: because you have that whole following, right, on your Instagram, Facebook. Those are all people who have known you for you the whole time that they've been following you. So now all you're doing is you're sharing what you're doing and saying, just literally, like, someone's liking your post or liking your workout video or wondering what you're doing that feels so happy all of a sudden. And it's literally just going to make them go, hey, what's going on? Or you reach out because they liked it, so obviously they read it, right? And you're like, hey, I mean, I'm not sure if you're interested, but like, this is what I've been doing that's been helping me. I've been focusing on my fitness, I've been focusing on my nutrition, but best of all, I have a community of all of these supportive women who have my back. Like, is this something you'd be interested in? It's as simple as that. And that's what I love most about this, is that, like, even if you don't know them personally, now we want to get to the point where we say, like, what are you struggling with? Because how many people in the world right now will reach out to you and honestly care about how you are doing and how you can help them? Like, oh, I've been so depressed lately, or oh, I've like gained 15 pounds on this quarantine. I'm feeling like crap. And now that you've started your journey, you can literally just go back and be like, I mean, this is working for me. Maybe it can work for you. That's honestly the root of it, personally, from what I've experienced.
I'll chime in on this too, because I think with what you mentioned about your blog, you're kind of like concerned of like, how do you network with more people? That is definitely something we talk, like, we have weekly team calls. Not only do we have weekly team calls, but we have trainings. So these trainings are designed to kind of teach you the basics of social media, of branding, of, you know, because a lot of it's not just being present on social media, like say you put a blog and like hope that people come to it. This is really about like kind of figuring out the ideal people that you want to be helping, or that you feel most passionate helping, because we're all very different with very different stories and struggles. So you're kind of sharing to those things to connect with people that are like you. But we talk about how to utilize Facebook, how to utilize Instagram, to be able to connect more with people like you. So in that brand of your personality and your pain points and the things you're sharing about, but also in like learning how to use polls in your Instagram stories and hashtags, and you know, how to share things that are personal to you and your story that are going to connect to the person you're looking to help. So it's really about approaching social media with like a servant mindset of like, what does the person that I want to help need to hear, and how am I going to connect to them? Or what is something that I have learned or that I have found helpful and valuable that I can share, because I know that's going to help someone else too. And so you're building those organic connections. It's not necessarily about going out and spamming people to buy your products. It's truly about coming at it with you are committed to that journey. You are sharing that journey, the real, raw, relatable parts of it, but you're also inspiring with the transformation you're having, whatever that may be. And then you're really looking to see how you can serve the community that you're involved with or that you're growing. So that's something that we teach you for sure.
Can I hop in for one
And
second?
look, sorry.
I don't know if, oh, I'm so sorry, Rach. I didn't even see it pop on. I don't know if this helps too, but I think a lot of people, when they're starting, they run blogs or they're starting some sort of like coaching on their own, and they're doing like coaching workshops and like all these different things. They're starting like from ground zero and getting their name out there. And so that takes a lot of work. Like starting any business, if you are starting as number one and you're growing, the first X amount of years typically take, like, people make no income, as they start their own business because they're just trying to get their word out there. We don't have to do that. I am not a personal trainer. I am not a registered dietitian. We are already sharing programs and products that have been there for a million years. Like, we are just sharing what is working for us, and that's it. I don't sell anything. I don't want my people to sell anything. I want to do it. I want to feel it, and I want to share that. And if it works with you, awesome. If it doesn't, totally cool too. But we have the best fitness people in the industry. We have top nutritionists that have already got programs, because some people do fitness and they don't do nutrition. And where's the results? They're not there. So to have the two pieces of the puzzle, we have a performance line that's endorsed by Ironman. Like, we're very highly thought of in regards to fitness, nutrition, the whole package. So it's not, people already know about it. That's not starting from the bottom. You're just sharing what you're doing and then connecting with people to see what do they need. So you can, as Dana said, as a servant, figure out how can you help them. Maybe it's not everything, but how can you help them to get them to where they need to be? So I think that's different when people first start a blog by themselves, is they really need to show what they're made of and show what they're doing. And a lot of that has already been paid for us already, and we're just doing it.
Okay, thank you.
I think that was an excellent description, Kelly. And I just have to piggyback it just by saying, like, Joanna, like, look, you're here. And I kind of wrote in the text, like, I am someone that I shared in my story. Like, I was very hesitant to actually inviting other people and being a coach, truly, even though I knew how much being a customer served me. And I just, like, I leaned into the resources available through this company that just, like, showed me, like, okay, this is how you can build a business with this. And look, you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like literally, it's literally
I do have a story, and I do have a need to, I'm a cancer survivor. I want to shout from the roofs, that what worked for me so far. And, so yeah, we'll see,
Yeah.
Sounds like you have a story that a lot of people need to hear. You do.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Being an overcomer is not the, common way of life anymore. And people need to hear that. People need to hear your story. It's important.
And not for nothing though, too, Joanna, is that you have been through hard. And like, I know I can speak to that because there are so many people who just stay in the hard. And like, with what we do with Beachbody, with the personal development, you want to go weight loss. Yeah, that's great. But what it has done for me, like, I'm no longer on antidepressants and, anxiety medication because of this, because I've gained a self-confidence, because I've started healing my past traumas, and because I'm now helping people who can relate to me. And so, like, that's probably the biggest blessing as a coach, is seeing, like, your new coaches or your new challengers come on and say, thank you. Like, this saved my life, because I know that that's possible because Beachbody saved mine. Because I honestly don't think I would be here if I didn't start this journey. I would have, if I'm being quite honest, I was in such a dark spot, I probably would have committed suicide. That's how dark it was. And Beachbody pulled me out of it. Dana pulled me out of it because my coach actually cared, because we were friends, because these women had my back every day that was hard, even now. Because you can move through that past. You can move through hard you've conquered cancer, but there are still going to be the hard days, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then that's where being a coach, you can lean on us to know there are many women, not just me, tons of us, most of us, honestly, on this call have had some sort of trauma that we have needed to work through. So though we may not get it exactly, we can understand what you're going through and you can lean on us. And there's not many people that can take us as raw as we are in those moments, but this team can. That I will tell you for sure. That's all.
I just wanted to, I think somebody put, Melissa put in the comments, I love cheering people on and have no worries there, but totally out of my comfort zone to put myself out there. And I'm just going to give y'all a show of hands of the coaches here. Who was out of their comfort zone at first by sharing on social media?
Some days I'm still out of my comfort zone and it's been 7 years. So
Yes.
sorry, that doesn't really change, because with growth, you get a little more comfortable of pushing yourself just a little bit more each time. But it does, it gets a little bit easier in a sense. And at the same time, it's just going to be part of this journey.
Yeah, and I would say too, on the aspect of like, I kind of think about it like living inside a box prior to starting coaching, where I kind of like slowly had to like poke my head out of the box and be like, what's the world like out there when I don't constantly live in fear of what everybody's gonna think of me and how people are gonna judge me, and like all those things that we kind of like don't even realize we're constricting ourselves and our capabilities and our qualities of life because we are so stuck in our comfort zones. And that when you start to slowly edge out of your comfort zone, number one, as a coach, you need to know why. Like, you need to know why it is that you want to start a business, and you need to know why it is that you want to help and serve people, right? Because that's important, or you're not going to show up to actually do the work of coaching. But beyond that is like, what if you looked at embracing that discomfort as an opportunity to grow rather than a reason to stop in fear? Because that changes everything. And when you start to kind of step into that discomfort, it's also going to start to change how you step into discomfort in your personal life, in your relationships, in your career, in your ability to speak up. And it's a game changer. So that's what I would say. It doesn't have to be the reason you don't. It could be the reason that you do. Does anybody else have other questions? We're trying to be mindful of time, so we like to try and end right around an hour. But unmute or pop it in the comments. Anybody? No. Tara, was that you raising your hand?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tara. I am, Katie's my coach. She tried to get me to sign up a couple of times a couple of years ago, and I just kind of didn't do it. And then like, I was talking with her today or yesterday, and we just she talked me into it. So I'm brand new to the team. I'm excited to be here. I too kind of need like a little lift up. I need something to help me through. My background is actually in coaching. I coached running for quite a few years, and then I worked at the Y. I heard another girl, she worked at the Y. And then I just kind of moved around the state of Florida. So now I am in, I guess, Fort Lauderdale now. So, but I am kind of like very shy to start this, very, you know, like you guys had mentioned some notes about, you know, posting on social media, and like the whole time I've already started to rack my brain about how I can come up with this fictitious person so I don't actually have to put my full name and my full information and just like post just half my face. And you know, so I'm sweating over here about that, but I know that it's kind of part of the deal. So I wanted to say thanks for having me first off, and I really hope that I can do this a little bit more. Like, I hope that this comes on easier for me.
You can
So,
do it. You can do it.
thanks.
I want to welcome you, and I want to encourage you. The first thing that you do before you even dive into any like nitty-gritty training on the how-tos is journal 2 things. I want you to journal what you're afraid of. If you put yourself out there, I just want you to brain dump. You don't have to share it with anyone, but I just want you to sit down and be like, if I make a post, I'm afraid that, and let it just spill out. You can talk about it with your coach if you want to. And secondly, I want you to journal, if you're up to it, what this opportunity can be for you if you face your fears. What is going to happen if you put yourself out there and you start to make X, Y, and Z money? You start to help masses of people. You know, what is it that it's going to do for you, and what's going to happen if you don't do that? So kind of just get those wheels turning on like the good in this journey, and try to face those fears on paper and work through them kind of one at a time, because there's something deeper there that's making you feel like, I don't want to put myself out there. So
Yeah, no, I'm totally afraid. And I've spent my entire social life personally on like mute. So like I don't allow people to like, I block everybody. And if anybody wants to come in, I don't allow them to come into my friendship unless I know them personally. So, you know, this is like kind of a big step for me. And I think that it's, I'll definitely journal it and meditate on it for a while. Thank you.
Yay, I'm so
the
glad we
chat.
have another person on the team that meditates. So welcome. I love it. Anybody else? I see we have quite a few more people on. Any more questions? Yeah, Enneagram assessment for sure. All right, well, cool. If there's no more questions, thanks for joining us. If you do think of something that pops in your head, feel free to reach out to your coach or post in the challenge groups. If you're in there, we're happy to answer that too. But we are all here to support you if this is what you decide to do, and hopefully it is, and we'll see you in the team page. But thanks for hopping on and giving us some of your time tonight, and we'll see you later.